Well, we're really excited about, I think, the opportunity to play in front of our fans and play in front of a great crowd. I'm really proud of our fans and the support that we've had over the years here. In 3.5 years, we've gone from 1,100 season ticket holders to here we are over 3,000. We've had crowds of over 7,000 a couple of times, and I think Sunday's going to be a record setter. So just really, really proud. Appreciate so much the support that we've received, both from our fan base as well as our administration and our community. We're so lucky. It's not like this in most places, y'all. And we've had, I think we've set 15 of the 20 school records in the short time we've been here for attendance. And I'm really pleased for my players. That's why you play the game. It's why you go to school at certain places. It's why you invest so much time, blood, sweat, and tears. And for them to be able to experience playing in front of their people, their fans, is really going to be special. And I've been a part of some of those over the years in the course of my career. And it's a unique experience. And again, I'm very, very thankful, again, for the support that we have here at Mississippi State. Women's basketball is important. It has been since the day I was hired. It's the reason I came here. And this is part of what you do when you're trying to win a championship. And again, that's why we're here.
Can you talk a little bit more about the home court advantage? You've been to Georgia, you've been to Missouri, you've been to Florida. Is it unique as far as, play going to those places? Is it much different from those places?
I think you'll have to ask the other 13 coaches, but I think they'd all agree the Hump has turned into a very difficult place to play. And again, I'm very, very proud of what we've been able to create here with an environment and a home court advantage for our players. For them to be able to experience that as a student athlete is very special. Coach Mullen talked about it, for football, building that program. Don't wait till we get good. I need you in the early stages to help me recruit kids so they know when they come to Mississippi State. And I think that's what we've done. People know when they come to Mississippi State, they're going to play in front of 5,000 people a night. Last year we averaged over 4. This year it's going to be well over 5. And again, that's part of the student athlete experience. And so I think that's again part of building the program and doing what we do.
South Carolina Dawn sort of built that program, kind of what you're trying to do here. How much do you look to what she's done there to kind of build yours?
Well, obviously she has. She's done a great job, and what they're doing now with what they're averaging per game. I can remember going there back in the late 90s and early 2000s, and then there wouldn't be anybody at those games, and now they're averaging 15,000 a night. So certainly she's done a tremendous job. My background's more been at where I came from with Arkansas and A&M, and we did it both those places. And so my experience has been, and it is still, I think we're doing it because of our kids. I think people identify with our players. They want their young sons and daughters to watch our kids play because of how we play the game, how hard we play the game. I talk about how we honor the game and with our effort and our enthusiasm. And I think parents want their young children to see that and emulate that. And I think our older fans appreciate our kids, how they play the game. So I think our style of play has more to do with why we have the fan base that we have and the number of people coming to see us play more than anything. And it's why 00 is most people's favorite player, because of how she plays the game. And she's not our leading scorer, not our leading rebounder. She does all the little things, and she does all the dirty work, and she welcomes it, and she's just a basketball player.
Can you talk about that? Just coming here, I know the crowds were growing even with you being here. Just talk about feeding off the crowd, your play, and just how much it helps you, your game.
Just having the crowd behind us, I don't know, it just ignites us, I guess. When we go on those runs, when we're down, just having them behind us and having them support us makes that much of a difference every game.
Vic, I guess the next step, you have the fans there. I mean, how do you make sure those fans leave with a good taste in their mouth, and how do you go about, dissecting a team like South Carolina?
Well, it's a daunting task. South Carolina's awfully talented, well coached, play the game like we do, extremely hard, defend awfully hard, physical inside, athletic. I mean, they got all the tools. They were in the Final Four a year ago, and probably hung our worst loss on us last year. It's the only game we probably weren't in all year. And so it is a daunting task. And again, I think we have to go play our game. We have to do what we do. We're going to have to make shots because I don't think you shut them down. But I do think you've got to compete every possession defensively to give yourself a chance. And then offensively, you're going to have to find some offense from more than one person. And I think that's the challenge that presents us on Sunday. Again, I don't think anybody will walk out of the arena Sunday afternoon and be disappointed in my kids' effort. And I think that's what brings people back. I think that's the respect that our kids have earned over the years. And so that's the least of my worries. My concern is I'm trying to compete and beat number 2 in the country, and try to figure out a way to do that in basically one day of prep.
What kind of challenge is that, having one day of prep? Especially, and not for anybody, but for South Carolina.
Well, obviously it's a big challenge, but the rules dictate that we have to take a day off, and the next game was always the most important. Georgia was the most important after we played Ole Miss on Monday, so we had 2 days of prep for them, and so our week is Sunday to Saturday, and obviously we couldn't take Sunday off before we played on Monday, so we're going to have to take today off. So it's very difficult, but at the same time, I think that's when you rely on your fundamentals, and especially defensively. And our kids will have great focus tomorrow. I'm confident of that. We'll come in and have a great practice in the morning, and then try to get off our feet the rest of the day and watch the men's game play, and go from there.
What could you kind of attribute the offensive struggles against Georgia to? Is it their zone, or is it just a lack of, the ball just didn't go in the basket?
We didn't shoot it well. It wasn't anything magical. It was a 2-3 zone. We've seen plenty of 2-3 zones this year and not shot it near that poorly. But the first half, we weren't attacking. We were settling. The second half, I finally started running man offense against the zone just to make our kids move and get a little bit of an aggression to them. And I think we scored 31 points or 29, something like that. So it wasn't anything, it wasn't rocket science. We just really stunk it up the first half offensively.
Tom, what got away from you guys last year in that South Carolina game? Vic said it was one that you weren't even in from the get-go. What do you remember from that game?
I think they play really hard, and their home court advantage is one. Just all the fans are really loud. That's a big key, and I think it's hard to stop them personally. But they have so many weapons, it's hard to stop them. And when you're not scoring on offense, like we can't outmatch them. But that was a big thing.
How much is it mental, in the sense, like, Vic was saying, they're going to score, to not get down yourself and not be overwhelmed by their scoring?
I think just taking one play at a time. So if they score, just knowing that we need to score too, or if we stop them, we need to score. So just one play at a time.
Any other questions? All right, thanks, Don. Thanks, Coach.